Well, even though we technically have not arrived yet, I am still going to give you the Toriko chapter 253 review because of that the Raw has some weak translations. So I'll know a little bit of what's happening. This is the chapter that started Midoras' darkness. Anyway, Frozhe and Akashia leaves with the blue nitro, and the solar eclipse happened. Setsuno, Jiro, and Ichiru spreads the ingredients that they have gathered. However, no. Midora do not understand why. In fact, we have long since been wondering, could it be that Akashia went on the darkness because he thinks the humans are ungrateful pigs? Even though in this chapter he still did not give us a clear answer, we can almost correctly assume that that's very likely the case. Because he begins to fall into darkness because when he asked Frozhe a question a long time ago, why do you cook for people? She said, because I'm a chef and sometimes the most happiness things in lives are to be shared, but he do not understand that. Then one day Akashia came back, but Frozhe was incredibly weakened. She has apparently cooked God, and God is just not some ingredient. No. It's the most dangerous ingredient to cook of all because it used up all of her stamina. Either way, the two disciples and Setsuno, Jiro and Ichiru and Akashia, they went out to get some new ingredients because the solar eclipse had ended after being eclipsed for 1 month. However, Midora stayed behind to try to make Frozhe better. Then he began to go to get some cure water because as he knew that since Frozhe had gourmet cells, she most likely could heal if he poured some cure water into it. However, the cure water was in the den of the Dragon King Darius, and Midora was still not in the powerful enough to take them down. And when he came back, he too had fatal wounds. In her desperation to save her adopted son, Frozhe used the power of her gourmet cells to show that version that we have seen a long time ago with long wavy hair, and she used a dark technique. However, the dark technique took too much of her stamina, and that's how Frozhe did her final dish. It was not just some cooking. No. She was trying to save her son, to save Midora. She was doing a god cooking dark technique in order to heal Midora's wounds. But she failed, or she succeeded. But seeing that she was already weakened, that took the last of her stamina. So Midora has been lying all along, or technically it is true. Some would say that was her final dish. But judging from this chapter, I'm actually beginning to wonder, it seems no one other of the disciples know. And why is that? Because they came home and they found that she was dead. And I mean everyone. Jiro, Setsuno, and Ichiro. And there's also a very weird ending here that actually makes the Joa and Frozhe theory almost seem correct. First of all, why the hell was Jiro surprised that... I mean, he knew too that Frozhe was dead when he saw Joa, right? Or something else. Anyway, they buried her. Akashia mentioned his philosophies and he went on a journey. It was then that the darkness completely swallowed or devoured Midora because he got hungry again and he could not be satisfied. And he still did not understand why anyone would spread God to these pigs or even food. at all. And technically he also blamed the food, because the food was what drained Frozhe of her stamina. So technically, food was the one who because she cooked something for everyone, which is why Midora hates them, because she cooked a food that practically killed her, and they just ate it without even showing her thanks or something like that. So the theory that we have been having is maybe correct. He hates the humans because they're pigs in his eyes. But it would have been better if he just had said it. Either way, he sat at the grave and he refused Akashia's principles, saying that he would live for Frozhe too by eating everything, including the full course. He also mentioned something like one ingredient is adding cure water in Akashia's full course menu. I'm beginning to wonder, could that be the center? The center is said to be a phantasmal ingredient that can revive someone from the dead. And if cure water is there, could it be like that? Either way, Ichiro did not like the fact that his little brother could not understand the will of Akashia and Frozhe, so they began to fight. And that fight, as we know, Ichiro won. And that was the golden age and the happy times. However, this ending is incredibly creepy. You see Frozhe's grave. Suddenly a bulbs up, almost like something is gonna sprout. And I'll end this video by saying it's too early to tell, but that bulb from that ground, from Frozhe's grave, almost makes the theory that the Yowa really is Frozhe is true. I mean, I hope they would have been something like Yowa having taken her corpse and cooked her and somehow getting side effects and all that. But no. This bulb almost makes... that's either a flower or someone is actually breaking out of that grave. And that someone would be Frozhe. She saw her sons fighting, and after that she became evil. She took on the disguise. So this really was a gender bender moment. Well, either way, I'll say it's too early to tell. But this episode, not too bad, I actually say. I liked it. Please say something yourself. Bye.